Hey, it's me, Riker. Today we're going to have a look at the brand new Celestial hero, Liberta, Scion of Dawn. Now this hero wears cloth-based gear, is part of the support class, and his primary role is to provide a continuous amount of damage to the enemies, provide massive amounts of healing and energy for your allies as well. So let's have a look at this hero's ultimate ability, Forced Equilibrium. Active. Links an allied hero to an enemy hero for 7 seconds. So this is a little string that appears between one of your allies to the enemies. The current health of the linked heroes will be divided equally while the link is active. A percentage of healing received by the ally will be converted into damage or health lost for the linked enemy. When the linked enemy takes damage, a percentage will be converted into healing for the linked ally. So this will be extremely effective, especially when fighting bosses or single target enemies. This skill prioritizes linking the ally with the lowest health to the enemy hero with the highest health, and the passive component when fighting alongside Lucilla. The healing and damage transferred by a link will be boosted by a total of 33%. The level 2 increases this duration link to 10 seconds from 7 seconds, and level 3 increases the effectiveness of the link of the amount of damage done to the enemy and the amount of healing received by your allied heroes. And also when Lucilla is present, these multipliers are increased by 150%. So let's have a look at the next ability, Bless. Liberta will grant one blessing orb to the allied hero of the lowest current health. Each blessing orb will heal its holder for health equal to 200% of Liberta's attack rating per second for a certain duration. So this will be a total of 5 seconds, and each hero can have up to 3 blessing orbs at a time. Upon gaining a blessed orb in excess of the limit, the orb granted earliest will be removed, and the holder will be instantly healed for the remainder of the health of the orb should have granted. So this is a continuous heal or a ramping up heal, that the more orbs that are stacked on an allied hero, the greater this heal will provide. The level 2 and 3 increases the amount of health healed all the way to 240% of Liberta's attack rating, and the level 4 when the blessing orb is removed. It heals for an extra percentage of max health equal to 30% of the hero's max health. So let's have a look at the next ability, Punish. Liberta places one punishing orb on the enemy hero of the highest current health. Each punishing orb deals damage equal to 200% of Liberta's attack rating for a certain duration. Now this is a duration of 5 seconds, similar to Blessing. Each hero can have up to 3 punishing orbs at a time, similar to Blessing as well, upon gaining a punish orb in excess of the limit. The orb places earliest will be removed, and the remainder of the orb damage will be dealt instantly. So the level 2 and 3 once again increases the damage of this to 240% and the 30 engravings. The damage dealt to the enemy hero by removing punishing orbs is permanently increased by 16%, which can rank up all the way to 80%. So those are all the abilities for Punish over here. So let's have a look at the next ability, Restore Order. Liberta will remove all blessing orbs and punishing orbs on the battlefield, then returns an equal number of orbs to the most suitable targets. The skill prioritizes removing the blessing and punishing orbs earliest, and up to 3 of each type can be removed. The level 2, for each blessing orb that is actively removed, the holder, the person who has been blessed, and Liberta will recover energy. So this is a total of 100 energy for each orb removed, and Liberta will also recover extra health based on the attack rating, and the cooldown time of Bless will be reduced by 2 seconds. So Liberta will alternate between the blessing and the punish orbs, and for each punishing orb that is actively removed, extra damage equal to 200% of Liberta's attack rating will be dealt to its holder, and Liberta will also gain 5 points of haste for a max boost of 50 points of haste. The cooldown time of Punished is reduced by 2 seconds, and the 60 engravings for each blessing orb removed, or one punishing orb will be created, and for each punishing orb removed, one blessing orb will be created. So this back and forth will supercharge the amount of healing, energy, and damage dealt by this hero. The created orbs will automatically seek the most suitable targets, and orbs created this way will not trigger this effect again when removed. Alright, so those are all Liberta's abilities. Let's have a look at their signature item. So when you unlock Justice Rands, this will grant 50 points of energy when an allied hero gains a blessing orb. So this is excellent for heroes that need to use their ultimate ability. The level 10 reduces 50 energy points when an enemy hero gains a punishing orb. So this is energy steal. So this will stop the enemies from allowing them to use their ultimate skill. And the level 20, the energy gained and reduced upon gaining a blessing or punished orb is increased to 150 points. Now this can rank up all the way, or the amount of orbs on an allied or enemy hero can go all the way to 3. So that means 450 points of energy can be gained by one of your allies, and 450 points can be removed from the enemy hero. And the 30 unlock when using bless or punish. One extra corresponding orb is placed on holders. So this will allow Liberta to supercharge those extra buffs from the orbs. So let's have a look at the furniture. When you unlock Shelter, after Liberta uses his ultimate, the cooldown time of Restore Order will be reset. The 9 of 9, the ultimate divides the current health of allied and enemy heroes at a ratio of 60-40, and when Lucilla is on the battlefield, this ratio will be 75 and 25% respectively. So let's have a look at how this hero does in battle. So let's have a look at the training dummy over here. So when we start battle, Liberta will immediately walk onto the battlefield and start blessing and punishing enemies. So here is a blessing orb, and we can see one marker over here. Now it will last for a duration of 5 seconds for both allied and enemy heroes, and this will continue to be racking up on both allies and enemies. Now if this is a single target enemy like a boss, like enemy or hero, this will do a tremendous amount of damage, especially for the punish orbs, which can overlap each other and do instantly a large amount of damage. In addition, these orbs will provide, the blessing orbs will provide a significant amount of energy for your allies and healing as well. So let's have a look at the ultimate skill. So as we can see over here, we're going to link the enemies. This will do a continuous amount of damage to them. And in some cases, this will do a massive amount of single target or boss damage as well. So let's have a look at how Liberta does at a much higher level deficit. Now this is a 200 level deficit. Now from these teams, we can see that Liberta does extremely well in terms of damage and healing as well. And in some cases, Liberta will do more damage than other damage heavy allied heroes such as Awakened Maiden and Maiden over here. Now, Liberta will continuously supply energy to allied heroes, and this will make them more effective, especially when they need to use their ultimate abilities. So if an allied hero uses their ultimate abilities frequently, this hero will be an excellent pair with that specific allied hero. So let's have a look at another team over here. We can see that Liberta in this team did the most amount of damage and also provided a significant amount of healing. Now, one of the things that is extremely important about this hero is the positioning of this hero. Now, this hero relies heavily to be placed on the back line, as this will allow Liberta to skyrocket and provide all the necessary buffs, as the damage that Liberta does is over time, as it is an overtime effect, mostly from her blessing, which is an overtime heal, and a punish, which is an overtime damage like effect. So if it is a boss, this hero will do extremely well, as the bosses can't die. Mostly they have a enrage mechanic, and the more damage you deal, the more damage Liberta will be able to deal through her ultimate, both the linking effect and through the orbs as well. So let's have a look at how Liberta does in this team over here. So as soon as we start battle over here, Liberta starts to put orbs over here, 2 orbs in this enemy over here. Now, Liberta will link the enemy heroes. This will allow more damage to be dealt to the enemies, so other allied heroes can deal even more damage and be healed at the same time as well. And in this case over here, the Sophia got one shot because of the link-like effect. There we go, another link. So now we are doing crazy amounts of damage to the final enemy over here. So what is the minimum investment that I would recommend for Liberta over here? I would highly recommend getting this hero all the way to 30 signature item. The reason for this is this provides a massive amount of energy for your allied heroes, provides a way to control enemies by not allowing them to ultimate, and allowing Liberta to continuously spam the blessing and punishing orbs on both allies and enemy heroes. In addition, I would also recommend getting the 9 out of 9 furniture, as this makes this hero more effective in battle, making the orbs that Liberta provides for both allies and enemies more potent. And I would also recommend getting Liberta's 60 engravings. The reason for this is the 30 engravings allow Liberta to do more single target damage, and in some cases more damage than other allied heroes. And the 60 engravings, Liberta will gain additional stats. However, the damage that will be provided for these extra orbs that will be generated for both your allies and enemies will be a significant portion of the amount of damage, healing, and energy received by all team members involved.